A Lost Soul, introducing Max, the lonely stray. Max was a stray dog. He lived on the streets. Every day was a struggle to survive. He was always hungry and alone. His fur was matted and dirty. His tail drooped low. Max was a sad sight. The world had forgotten about him, or so it seemed. One day, Max was searching for scraps. He was near a busy market. People rushed by. Nobody noticed him. Nobody cared, except for one. A glimmer of hope. A kind stranger steps in. A young woman saw Max. She stopped. She couldn't ignore the sight of the lonely, frightened dog. His fur was matted, and his eyes were filled with a mix of fear and hope. Her name was Sarah. She saw the sadness in his eyes. It was as if Max was silently pleading for help, and Sarah felt a tug at her heart. She knew she had to help. Sarah knelt down. She moved slowly, not wanting to scare Max away. Her gentle demeanor was reassuring. She spoke to Max in a soft voice. She offered him a piece of bread. Her voice was calm and soothing, a stark contrast to the harsh world Max had known. Max was scared, but he was also very hungry. Slowly he took a small bite. The taste of the bread was a small comfort, a sign that maybe things could get better. Sarah could see Max was hurt. He limped on one leg. The injury looked painful, and she knew he needed more than just food. Sarah knew she couldn't leave him there. She gently coaxed Max into her car. It took patience, but eventually Max trusted her enough to follow. She would find him help. As she drove, Sarah felt a sense of purpose. Max lay beside her, his eyes slowly closing, perhaps dreaming of a better life ahead. The road to recovery. Max's journey with the vet. Sarah took Max to the vet. The vet examined Max's injured leg. Max was scared. He whimpered. The vet spoke kindly to him. "You're safe now, boy," the vet said softly. Max needed surgery on his leg. He also had an infection. Max would need to stay at the clinic. Sarah visited Max every day. She sat with him. She talked to him. She brought him treats. Slowly, Max began to trust Sarah. Section 4. Finding his feet. Max's healing and growing trust. Days turned into weeks. Max's leg began to heal. The infection was gone. Max was getting stronger. He was also happier. He wagged his tail when Sarah came to visit. He licked her hand. He loved her gentle touch. Max was no longer the scared, lonely dog from the street. Sarah's kindness had changed him. He was starting to feel hopeful. He knew he was safe now. Section 5. A new dog emerges. Transformation through grooming. One day, Sarah came to visit Max. Max had been living at the shelter for a while, and Sarah had grown quite fond of him. She knew he had potential, but he needed a little help to shine. She had a surprise for him. It wasn't just any surprise. It was something that would change his life forever. She had arranged for a full grooming session. "You're ready for a makeover," she said with a smile. Max wagged his tail, sensing something exciting was about to happen. Max went to the groomer. He was a bit nervous but also curious. The groomer welcomed him warmly and led him inside. They gave him a bath. The warm water and gentle scrubbing felt soothing. Max began to relax and enjoy the pampering. They brushed his matted fur. Each stroke of the brush made his coat look healthier and shinier. The groomer took great care to ensure Max was comfortable. When Sarah saw Max, she gasped. He was beautiful. She could hardly believe the transformation. Max looked like a completely different dog. His fur was shiny and clean. His eyes sparkled with a newfound confidence. He stood tall, feeling proud of his new look. He looked like a completely different dog. Max was happy. He felt lighter, freer, and more energetic. The grooming had not only changed his appearance, but also his spirit. He ran to Sarah and jumped up, giving her a big, wet kiss. It was his way of saying thank you for believing in him and giving him a chance to shine. He knew he was loved. Sarah hugged him tightly, knowing that this was just the beginning of a beautiful journey together. Max had found his forever home. Section 6. A Forever Home. Max finds love and happiness. Max, a once lonely and abandoned dog, had finally found a place where he belonged. His journey had been long and filled with uncertainty, but now he was surrounded by love and care. Sarah had one more surprise for Max. She had been planning this for weeks, knowing it would change both their lives forever. The anticipation was palpable as she approached Max with a small wrapped box. She was going to adopt him. The adoption papers were ready, and with a joyful heart, Sarah signed them, making Max officially part of her family. It was a moment of pure joy and relief for both of them. Max would be her dog forever. They played together, forming an unbreakable bond. Every game of fetch, every walk in the park, strengthened their connection. Max was so happy he could bark. His barks were no longer of fear or loneliness, but of sheer joy and excitement. He had found his voice again. He ran around in circles. His energy seemed boundless as he chased his tail and spun around, a whirlwind of happiness and enthusiasm. He wagged his tail so hard it thumped against the floor. The sound was a constant reminder of his joy, a rhythmic beat of contentment. Max loved his new home. He would often lie on the grass, basking in the sun, feeling the warmth of his new life. He loved going for walks with Sarah. Each walk was an adventure, a chance to explore the world with his best friend by his side. He loved playing fetch in the park. The park became their playground, a place where they could run freely and enjoy each other's company. But most of all, Max loved being loved. The affection he received from Sarah was something he had never experienced before, and he cherished every moment of it. He had found his forever home, a place where he was not just a pet, but a beloved family member. Max's journey had led him to a life filled with love, joy, and endless happiness. Section 7. Choose love, adopt, a plea for animal rescue. There are many dogs like Max. They are lost and alone. They need our help. You can make a difference. You can choose to adopt a dog from a shelter. You can volunteer at an animal shelter. You can donate to help animals in need. Every little bit helps. Choose love, adopt.